name's Christian Brown, and I'm 24 years old. I was born and raised in Daytona Beach, east coast of Florida.
I learned to surf in Daytona. As I got a little older, I would go surf in Ponce Inlet and dabble in New Smyrna here and there.
The best thing about surfing for me is the sense of freedom and that nothing else in the world exists in that moment. It's just me, and I'm immersed in Mother Nature and just expressing myself out in the water.
What's your favorite surf spot?
I would have to say probably Ponce Inlet when it works.
On a really, really good swell, it's just perfect rights, and it wedges right up off the jetty. It's a tough crowd sometimes. It can get pretty hard to get into waves with 200 people out in the lineup, but when it works, and it's definitely one of my favorite waves. It gets pretty hollow on the inside, and it's just a really good punchy wave.
Where do you want to surf that you haven't been?
I would say probably Pavones. It's a really good long left. There's a lot of opportunity to get a lot of turns and just enjoy a nice long ride. It's one of the longest lefts out there.
What's the biggest wave you've surfed?
So I think in 2021 or 2020 we had Hurricane Sally. I was riding this 9-foot pink soft top that I bought from Fluid.
I paddled all the way out to the outside, basically towards the end of the pier.
And there were some solid 10-foot set waves that were rolling through. I was able to get up on one or two of them, and
yeah, it was just crazy that day. Probably the one day that I thought I was actually gonna drown too.
All right, so this is the Quiver, 6 boards in total. I got a 9.6 log, obviously for the tiny micro days. My custom 610 for the big fun days. This is a Mad Dog board. Found it in a surf shop. It's more of like a wall art board, but old school, and I don't really surf it. This was my first surfboard ever. I learned to do everything on this board, and it doesn't see the water anymore. It's a 6.8. And then this is my go-to golf course board. It's wide, it's punchy, fast, and I'll ride this just about anything. And then this is my little fun board too. Really, I can ride this as long as it's waist, stomach high plus. So my favorite board would probably be this custom that I got shaped for me. It's a 610, 19 1/4, 2.5 thick. It's pretty knifey. It's it feels great. It's fun. It's definitely a board for bigger days when the waves are a little bit steeper. It's good. It cruises. It's got a nice little round tail in it too. So if I ever want it to hold a little bit longer, I can. Medium fins too, so it can still kind of turn a little bit better. Tons of rocker in it, so I don't nosedive it. Yeah, this board was shaped by Jay back home on the East Coast. Clever Surfboards. So if you're ever out on the East Coast, give him a check out. But he makes really good boards, and yeah, this is definitely one of my favorites for sure. I'd say my worst injury from surfing would be I was duck diving under a wave and Sammy was taking off, and
I just timed it wrong and I was paddling back out in the wrong spot. Yeah, then got my foot near the heel and cut a nice chunk of meat off my foot, so it was good. I was out the water for about 2 weeks.
Yeah, probably the worst. I've been pretty fortunate with not getting too seriously injured. I've hit the pier. I mean, that's just body rash or whatever, but no serious injuries, thankfully.
I'd say my favorite surfer,
The one who's really inspired my way that I want to surf or style would be Indy Irons. Just super raw, powerful, and yeah, dude just didn't care. No matter how big the wave was, he just attacked it. My go-to music to kind of get hyped up for some surf is
90s alternative, for sure. I'm not a big fan of modern stuff. Yeah, just a little time machine, get back in the era when surfing was pretty hardcore.
What do I like to do when the waves are flat? I'll go to the gym, try to keep up in shape, and then I got a carver board, so I'll go hit the skate park and just kind of cruise around and pretend I'm on a wave.
So some changes that are just coming in my life.
Just getting out the military, moving back home to the East Coast, better surf, more waves. Yeah, I got a kid, trying to move closer to him. And I have a small business that I started.
It's called Hardcore Surfing. This is actually my shirt. So just a brand to help represent the surf community.
It's easy to get noticed, but harder to get recognized. And I just want to recognize the people who are, go-getters. And it doesn't matter how perfect or how crappy the surf is. Like, it's just the people that want to just be out there. It's the surf community, nothing else to it. So it's just a lifestyle, and that's just what I'm pursuing in my life right now is happiness and freedom.